Hello and welcome to another ASUS Transformer Prime video where I'm going to do a bit more investigation into that bug that I was describing in the previous video, where I may have got a little bit overexcited and called it a fatal bug, but nonetheless I'm going to do some further testing. So this is a test with a tablet plugged into the dock but nothing else plugged in, so no USB device and no SD card, to show you that the tablet works as expected here. It's going to go to its sleep mode, and then it doesn't reset or anything, and I can simply unlock the tablet. I've speeded up some of these sections just to get past the video, but I didn't want to cut the video to make it look as if I was trying to cheat. It just speeded it up because obviously I needed to give it a couple of seconds to either reset itself or work. So that test was fine. It went to sleep and then I could unlock it fine. So this time I'm going to put in an SD card, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing, which is essentially to turn on the tablet, unlock it, and then do nothing. So I'm not even resizing a widget here. I realised that that was a bit of a red herring when doing a testing before. I don't have to resize a widget, just leave the tablet to go to sleep, and what will eventually happen, it's on a 2-minute cycle here before it goes to sleep, and so now the screen is dimmed and it's ready to go to sleep. And what will happen at, to be honest, a random point, sometimes it's a few seconds, sometimes it's 10-15 seconds, but what's eventually going to happen is that the transformer will just reset itself. As you can see, I'm watching television at the moment, basically waiting for the tablet to crash, because I've now replicated this so many times, I know that eventually it's going to do this, and there we are. So that was a demonstration that the SD card did seem to be the trigger of plugging it in, and the dock on a whole, because what I wanted to try and find out was when and how was it doing this. So I plugged in a USB mouse at this point, because I could see from the bottom of the mouse that it would have the red optical light to show that it was still powered. And a second test I was going to do here, because some people were saying, well, that's not really a fatal bug, is it? I mean, it's just the fact that somebody has resized the widget and then it's turned itself off. Well, imagine if you're doing this, if you're doing a bit of work on a document, and then you just have to break off for a minute to go to talk to somebody, maybe go for a rest break or something like that. Leave it for 2 minutes, as I'm doing here. So again, I've speeded it up. It's now on its long 2-minute cycle until it goes to sleep with the mouse plugged in. So any second I will slow the video down again, which is at this point. So the screen now dims and it's ready to go into its sleep mode, which it does. So you can see that the mouse is still on at this point. It's still powered. Then the mouse turns off and then it resets itself. So at some point I'm trying to figure out if the dock is somehow triggering a reset of the device. I decided to try another USB device just to see if it was a mouse that was causing it. Plugged in a USB stick again, put it on its 2-minute cycle, and can you imagine here, if you put in a USB stick which was being powered by the dock, and then again it would get to its sleep cycle, and then it would go to sleep, and at that point I'm afraid again it's going to reset itself. Imagine at this point now if it reset itself and somehow cleared the data or corrupted the data on the USB stick. Even worse, a portable hard drive. Now I used something here which I knew I wouldn't risk damaging. So now I move on to a tablet and I changed the power settings here so it would go to sleep after 15 seconds, and I took off live wallpaper to do a kind of a bit of a different test to see if it would break in another way. Again, speed it up, but the same result on this one. The mouse turned off earlier, but it still broke, well, still reset. Now obviously I have another tablet, so I tried to do the exact same thing on the Nexus 7 to see if it was possibly Jellybean that was causing a problem. So in this test I'm going to use an OTG cable, which enables me to plug in USB devices into my Nexus 7, as I'm going to do here. And I did have some interesting results here, but the crucial thing is with the Nexus 7 is that it doesn't reset itself. So in a minute it's going to go to sleep, as did the Transformer Prime, and then it turns itself off. Then the mouse light came back on for some reason, but the tablet is not turning itself off. Sometimes the light would go on and off on the mouse, but no matter what I did, the tablet didn't turn itself off, and eventually I could unlock the tablet, which I'm doing. Well, I didn't do it in that example, but it didn't turn off, I can guarantee that. So I plugged in a USB stick at this point and did exactly the same test. And again, after a few moments, again, I'm cutting out of the clip here, but essentially the Nexus 7 wasn't resetting itself. So those are my findings so far, and I'm going to do some more investigation soon. The thing that I will obviously accept is that so far nobody else has been able to replicate this issue, so it could be a bug that's very specific to my tablet, which is very unfortunate, but I can't really judge Jellybean any further until I finish trying to fix this bug, because for me it means that this tablet is not fit for purpose. Some people have also noted that I'm doing maybe a bit of Transformer Prime bashing at the moment, and while that is true, it's because I'm frustrated because of this Jellybean update I thought and hoped would be the solution to the tablet's problems that have now been around for 8 months. I will do more videos, and I will try and justify what my thoughts are on the Transformer Prime in a video at the end of this investigation. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon in another Transformer Prime video, and sorry for the incredibly long outro.